Hi, welcome back guys. On this episode we are going to start looking at the windscreen, start cutting that, getting that prepared. That'll probably take a lot of this week off. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, if you see last week's episode, you'll see we got both sides of the windows done, frames, the rub rail, and got the outboard on. So getting there slowly. Main goal this week is, like I said, it's going to be the windscreen, getting all that cut. I've got that composite, recycled plastic, something like that, I think it's called. Round here, really nice black solid pieces, and it should be a lot easier than the windows. Easy to cut. Got the chop saw, instead of using that by hand. And then obviously I've got the old one I can copy everything from. The only difference might be is this will go longer, or that might even go down. I won't be having that bit there anymore. Obviously got a windscreen over here, the front of it, so I'll probably end up taking it all apart and obviously just do one section, mirror it, should be exactly the same. Second section, same with that really. Once I've done one side, cut them all the same, should be nice. The hardest part will be to do the angles at the bottom, where obviously it leans back and sits on the platform that I'm going to make. But yeah, let's jump straight into it. Okay, it's taken about an hour. Because this stuff's quite expensive in one way, I wanted to double check all the measurements and everything and allow for the angle that has to be cut at the bottom and this side here. So as you can see, that's the first one done. I'm not too worried about this angle here, because that is straight, because this is actually going to be cut off roughly probably anywhere I want above that line there. It'll all be on an angle. I probably will work out better to have this all built together and screwed together, or doweled. I think I'm going to dowel it, because I've got plastic dowels coming to join them. So yeah, like you can see, this one has been edged. I think that's going to be the hardest part really on all of it. It's going to be getting the right angle on that, the right angle on that. This one won't be too bad because the wood's solid. I can copy from there, but I might be lucky and get this angle here because that's still good, but as you can see, all the rest of it is just rotting away, gone. And then that top bit there will be straightened off perfectly. But like I said, that's the first one done. Just got to make sure I mark it all up so I don't get lost on what bit's what. Like I said, the main thing today is see if I can get this front windscreen done. I've worked out I've actually got enough material to do the full 2 meters back to that point there. So that's great, and I'll probably still have a little bit left over if I want to do some extra little supports. That's the extra, so that's great. Enough talking, we'll carry on building the next one. Okay, that went a lot easier than what I thought. All I did, like I did with the windows, I cut it exactly the same, flipped it over, and there we have it. The front of the windscreen is done, easy as that. Using this is so much easier. That is a lot of work. I know it's aluminium and it's completely different, but so much nicer to work with. Like I said, all I did is got the piece that I already cut, lined it up, got the blade lined up to where I had it, cut it, done, flipped it, perfect. So we're doing actually better than what I thought. I think we can start working on this. It's a little bit different, so that's going to be the angle that I'm mainly looking for, because that angle will line up with that angle there, because this windscreen will lay against it, and that'll be where it angles. So that this angle is definitely the most important. This end ain't too much of a bother, like I said, because I am going to get them to meet. Managed to save a lot more. Managed to save a 3 meter one there, by cutting that and saving a bit. So yeah, let's start working on both of these. I'll put you on time lapse, I won't keep stopping it. We'll carry on with that. Okay, and I've managed to do them windows. Changed it, like I said, I didn't want it angled that way, I wanted it to angle this way. Originally I was going to join them at the bottom, then I thought when it got closer to the end it might be too weak, not too sure. So what I actually did, this angle here is actually perfect for that angle there, so it's going to go up and then it's going to go up to obviously the windscreen front of it, so it will go on that angle. I got a lot further than what I thought today actually. I didn't think I was actually going to get most, but that's the basic of the frame done. Just got to get the another machine for the angles, because obviously this whole board will need to go through on an angle, and I just couldn't do that by hand, or I couldn't do it with that, so I need the other saw. Same with all the bottoms of that. But yes, so they are finished cutting mainly. It's gonna look good. So that's probably gonna be it for today. That's been a long day now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, new day. Beautiful day out there. So I've got the tool now, so we can get the angle on these bottom of these windscreens. Obviously after making these, I worked out that this is actually, it's been cut a little bit too long. By the time I've angled that, then I can get the measurement from that and just bring these down a little bit, which means just cutting a few angles off, which ain't a problem. Got the main part of the windows done anyway. I'm not too sure if these need a radius as well, just because I need to see if it's going to be flat or not. But when I put a board, the windscreen on there, it's going to angle over a little bit. It might actually work out be okay because this is already angled, so I might not have to do anything to it, but we'll see. Main thing today is get the angle on the front too, and that really sets everything else then. So we will get on with that. Okay, and that has worked really well. I don't know how much the camera picks up. So first of all, I've got the angle of the front window screen, cut that bottom, kept the same angle on the saw and copied it to this one, and they both are angled exactly the same now. And then I was trying to work out how to do this angle where they both join up, a bit like that. So what I did is actually use this, took that up, measured from the center point, got the angle for that, that was on the chop saw, kept the same angle, chopped it in half, and then that gave me the opposite angle, if that makes sense, which made it, if I line them up perfect, like that. And there was the front of the windscreen, and then I could just use that angle there with the other saw, and I chopped both of these down exactly the same, didn't move it again, and it's ended up perfect. The only thing I've got to do is cut off the top, but as you can see, that is angled now, and that will fit. Try and do this one-handed, sorry. That fits perfectly down that line. Then all I do is lean it back a bit. Makes no difference on that. And that is pretty much the front windscreen done, apart from, like I said, cut that. I probably might even cut it a little bit better than that. So the only thing I've got left to do for the whole windscreen is measure from there to there, see what I need to cut down there, see if I need to angle it a bit more or straighten it a bit more, because obviously wherever this lands now is the angle the front piece will be. The back piece can stay the same however it is, because that lines with that. So yeah, I'll carry on and try and get these measurements, and that's pretty much the windscreen done. I reckon we can get that done today, and then I can take these. All I've done is duct tape them up at the moment. I'm waiting for some plastic dowels, I think they are. I'm going to dowel these together, maybe even put a couple stainless steel rods in, drill it, thread it, I don't know yet. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, like I said, I've duct taped it up, and once they're done, get them to go to I'm gonna go down to a glass place, see how much it costs to get these, at least these 4 in glass, and then them 5 including the hatch in tinted perspex. Really just try and weigh up, see how much it's going to cost. If glass is almost the same, it might be better to go glass, but we'll see. Anyway, carry on. Okay, that took a little bit longer than what I thought. Obviously I've reduced these down now so they fit the front frame. Also, what I had to do, which I noticed, these had to go on an angle as well, so when the windscreen goes up on the corner, that's the inner, had to go on an angle, so all these have been cut on angles as well. They are now the perfect size, so really they are ready to be bolted together, screwed together. I want to do that first before taking it down to the glass place, just in case when I screw it together it's going to pull it a little bit. But yeah, so that's basically ready. The front, top pieces, which are the flat pieces should I say, these pieces here that go along here, they've all had one cut the angles that they need to be. I'm just gonna wait until these are bolted together so I can get them up there, and then I can just trim the ends off and that end there as well. But that's probably going to be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, new day. It is miserable out there, raining. So the plastic dowels haven't turned up for the windscreen yet, so that is going to be put on hold for now. What I think I'm going to start doing next is actually working my way from the bow to the stern. So really the next stage is deck paint. All the deck paint needs doing. Let me just quickly jump up here to show you. So yeah, all of this needs a scuff, and then we get deck paint on. I'm also now decided I'm gonna get a coat of deck paint on this roof as well, because people could be sat up there or walking across and that will be very slippy. So what I've got is I've got grey deck paint. I am going to put that grey, but if I change my mind in the future, then I'll only have to go over with it with a white to see if it blends in. I'm only putting grey because I've got it at the moment. Like I said, could change my mind. But yeah, if I can get this all deck painted, then I can start getting the bow rail on, the anchor runner, and there's like some sort of cross things here, and then I can work my way down and get the cleats on both of these sides. I'm still debating on what cleat to put here, how to do it, but that's obviously just drill some holes and pull it on anyway. It's not a big issue. Obviously I've still got the hatch to do, but that's a separate thing. I can do that anytime, anywhere, and then just pull it on. And also once the deck paint's on the top of there, I can get that silicone. Well, I could probably do that now anyway, to be honest with you, because I'll probably put a piece of tape around it so it's like a nice circle of this top coat. Same as this, I'm thinking about putting a line of tape down here and splitting them up into triangles here, triangles there, and then ideas. So yeah, enough talking. Let's get this taped up. I am going to have to rough it up on with a 180 grit, just a little bit, just so the paint can adhere to it. Let's go on with that though. Okay, that is all taped off, sanded and semi-cleaned. So that's the pattern I'm thinking with. We got a break there, obviously here, so that's one bit, two long bits, and then at the top you can see, I'll quickly jump up there. Yeah, and there's the top, you can see it goes along there, follows the shape of the boat. I've managed to get a pretty good circle around the air vent, and I'm leaving about that much to the side of it, so it's got a nice area. And then obviously exactly same other side. I'm just going to try and find, I've got some acetone here, I can't find a clean cloth, so what I want to do is clean cloth it with the acetone, then tack cloth it, and then really we are ready to paint. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's a new day, I couldn't find a cloth, so called it a day. So this is the stuff I'm going to be using. It says 2 to 3 coats. I thought it was actually only 1 coat, so yeah, 2 to 3 coats, so that's going to be over the few days. So what I've actually decided to do is I'm going to tape this off, sand this as well. I'm also going to put a layer on that there because people might want to step over. I know there's going to be a cushion there, but and in this splash well, it's all going to be done as well. And also I've decided I want like a non-slip here as well, so I'll probably tape off this, not this bit here, go around it, go around all that, and put the non-slip there, and get it all over and done with in one go or in one session, so I'm not messing around doing the front half, waiting around doing something else, then I have to do all this again. Let's do it all in one video, let's get it done. Yesterday I also, before leaving, I put my rails up. As you can see, I've marked them out because I don't want them to be painted. I know it's going to be siliconed and everything down, so I want a nice smooth surface instead of a slight texture. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Get these 3 bits more sanded and taped off, and we'll get this painted. We'll get the first coat on today, easy. So yeah, let's go for it. Okay, it's a new day. Obviously you see on time-lapse, got the first coat on. It's looking really good. Just quickly jump up here. Yeah, looking really good. And then obviously the front and the top. I'm actually kind of liking the top as well, so it might stay the same. If not, they do a white. I don't know if it's going to match this colour, but it could blend in, but that could be a future thing anyway. But all the sides done. Like I said, they recommend 2 to 3 coats. So obviously I'm going to do another coat today. Also, what I'm going to do is got some parts down there. The tubing from this hole here to the splash well, I've got that. I've got the brackets, the clamps yesterday, so I'm going to get that on before I do any painting and can't move around on here. Obviously I've got the cleats, but I'm ordering new bolts for them because when I took the old ones off, some of them had to be cut, some of them are just rusted away, sorry. Because it is going to get to the point once this has had all its coats, it's going to start putting everything on: the handrails, the vent, the bow rail, the 2 cleats either side, the 2 tie-off points, and then obviously I'm going to still work out what I'm going to do with the cleat in the middle at the front. So yes, trying to get it all ready, but I really like this colour. It's the mid grey, I think it's called. I'll show you on a tin in a minute. I'm not going to show you me putting this hose on and clamping it, because it's just as simple as that. I'm going to cut the hose to the length, put 2 clamps on, that's done. So really I'm going to jump straight to painting for you guys. Start from the front again, work our way back, and that'll probably be it for today. That's the only downside to painting, is obviously there's so much you can't move around. Obviously you see the splash well's done as well. But yeah, so let's go to painting. Okay, and that is all of it done. I decided when I started painting the front that it only needs 2 coats. The first, I've done quite thick coats, and it covered quite well, and it says between 2 or 3. I think I've just got enough in the pot when I do I have to obviously make the floor for the engine bay. I'll put obviously 2 patches on there, but it come out really nice. Better than what I thought. Like I said earlier, I do like the colour. I took the tape off now so it didn't dry and then peel off with it, but yeah, it turned out really good. So that's probably going to be it for this week. Let's get in a long video. we are starting to get there now. It's starting to look a lot better. I think next week I'm going to start working on the windows, the windscreen, take them to the glass place, see what I can get. The aluminium needs primering and painting black. Also, I'll get the black strip going around, paint that on. Hopefully we can get that done next week. Even if I have to wait for the glass, I'll probably, obviously I've got to build them together. I'm going to probably use threaded bar now, with those little plastic dowels. Make it nice and strong, route it out. That should be that. And then really, it's just putting everything back on, like I said before. Barrel rail, cleats. Once I've done the windows and windscreen, we really are moving on to probably the electric work and fuel tank. If I can get all that in, I can get it passed. Because it's getting to the point now where it's next month I could be looking at getting this into the water, as we're getting along quite well now. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.